Okay. Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Sunday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Of course, Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. They're the best. If you need a roof, you give us a shout. Parish Construction and Roofing, parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. All the info on the crawl on the bottom. Okay. We'll say some good mornings here in just a smidge. As you all well know now, LSU, they sweep Ole Miss. They win game 3, 9-3, exactly what they had to have. Tommy White with 2 homers in the game, including a grand slam, part of the 4-run 6th inning. That was most likely Tommy White's final game ever at the box. So what a way to go out with a pair of homers, including the grand slam that really gave LSU the distance they needed to go up 8-0. And the pitching was plenty good enough to finish it. We sort of suggested here yesterday that they probably go Ackenhouse and then Dutton. They flipped that. Dutton pitched the first inning, got you 3 outs. Ackenhouse gave you 2 innings, went out to start the 4th, got into a little bit of trouble. And then Fidel Ulloa came in and got out of the jam, got the tapper back to the mound, made the play at the plate, got the double play. So huge spot to get out of it there to maintain the lead that LSU would then continue to add on to. With the 6-run 4th inning. So Lohr, Hurd, Anderson, and Guidry all came after. Thatcher Hurd, maybe the best we've seen Thatcher Hurd pitch in some time. He went an inning and 2/3. He got the final out of the 6th or the 7th, and then pitched the 8th. That's it. He got the final out of the 7th and pitched the 8th as well. And then Guidry Yeah. And then Guidry came and pitched. Guidry finished in the 9th. So anyway, Tigers win 9-3. That's the good news. You got the sweep. You're at 13-17, which is exactly what you needed to have happen this weekend. Here's the really bad news. You didn't get any of the help around the conference you needed this weekend. So LSU is going to play Georgia in the SEC tournament. They're the first game on Tuesday, 9:30 a.m. The good news about that is you're going to play it at 9:30. That's the only benefit of being the first game of the day, is your start time, because in Hoover everything gets delayed. There's rain and games go long, and they never schedule long enough time for the games anyway. So the thing never runs on time. When you play the first game, your start time is 9:30. So to play a morning game is a challenge. But if you also noticed that LSU is the 11 seed, which means there are 10 SEC teams ahead of LSU. There are 10 teams that could argue they are more deserving of a regional bid than LSU. So like when we talked about, 13 was that number that you had to hit to get you in. That doesn't mean 13 was a lock to get you in. You needed help and you didn't get it. So Vandy, who has a series win over you, is at 13 wins. South Carolina is at 13 wins. You didn't play them. Florida, who has a series win in your building over you, is at 13 wins. And Bama, who has a series win over you, is at 13 wins. So you have 4, and then LSU, of course, is at 13-17. So Bama, Florida, Vandy, 3 teams with the same record all have series wins over you, and then on top of that, South Carolina. So that's not good. I mean, all of those teams could make an argument that they're more deserving than you. So you have this opportunity in Hoover now to go play Georgia, and Georgia finished 17-13 this year. Georgia's in. So here's an opportunity to get a win over a team that's in the field, a team that's 17-13 in the league. Georgia's RPI is 6. So you go beat Georgia on Tuesday, that should do it. That would put you at 14 wins against SEC teams. That would add another quad 1 win, a top 10 RPI win. But if you lose to Georgia, you are very much in trouble and likely on the outside looking in of the bubble. So, yeah, man, Tigers they still have work to do at this point. But it's safe to say, like, if you had lost yesterday, you'd be out. Like, your only chance of getting in would have been to win the SEC tournament. You won the game yesterday, which keeps you very much in play, but you have not solidified a berth because you didn't get the help in the league that you needed. And listen, I get it. Some of you are going to say this probably. I'll get to comments here in a second, and you're right. It's like, well, it shouldn't matter that there's that many teams from the same league. I'm with you. And the softball committee got it right. All 13 softball teams in the SEC made it into the regional field because they were among the best teams in the country. And all of the teams we're talking about here, I would even throw Ole Miss into that. Even after being swept this weekend, Ole Miss, well, probably not Ole Miss, they're at 11, but Ole Miss, their RPI dropped to 32, but you're still talking about an RPI of 32. You're talking about a team that went through a brutal schedule. They're not gonna make it, but it's that forever conversation about, like, are you just putting in the 64 most deserving teams, or are you trying to regionalize the sport or prevent the sport from becoming regionalized, making it more of a national game? You want to make sure all the different regions are represented, and more often than not, that's what the committee does. So I do not think that LSU has locked up their berth. I think they have to beat Georgia on Tuesday. Remember, Tuesday is single elimination. If you win Tuesday, you move into the double elimination portion of the field. So, okay, y'all. Let's say some good morning, see what y'all got. Arthur, good morning. Brett, meaning to ask you this, reminded me during the game yesterday. What's the controversy around the infield shift? Thought it was a good strategy. So the shift is controversial because, well, for a lot of people hate it for a lot of reasons. Number one, you could look at it from a hitter standpoint and say, if they're opening up a full side of the field to you, why don't you hit the ball the other way? But you have some hitters that are just dead pull hitters. They're just trying to yank the ball out of the yard. And so no matter where the pitch is in the zone, they are going to try to pull it. I'll tell you, like, when I was a young player playing baseball, I was a left-handed hitter, and I hit with power from the left side. I tried to pull everything. I was a dead pull hitter because I could, right? Not ever, like Alex Milazzo, for example, doesn't have the power to leave the yard. So he's learned to go up the middle and the other way. He's a singles hitter. Some people, like Tommy White, who are exceptional, have power to all fields. That's why Tommy White homers so regularly the opposite way. But some guys are just dead pull hitters. And so that's how defenses have strategized against those guys that are just dead pull hitters. And so the frustration is, man, they're giving you a whole side of the field, just poke it the other way and take your base. But a lot of guys don't have the humility to do that. The other component of it, where you'd argue against it, is, well, I mean, you have stated positions in baseball. I mean, you have a pitcher, a catcher, first, second, third, short, left, right, center. I mean, you have stated positions. So if you're moving someone to play into shallow right field, well, are you giving yourself an extra outfielder? Like, there are stated positions in baseball, and that's sort of more my argument. Like, you can shade certain ways in your position, but you have to play your position. Pitchers can't come off the mound to pitch closer to home. They have to toe the rubber. Batters have to be in the box. Why doesn't a shortstop have to be at short? That's sort of the argument. Make defense great again. Let's see. Give the people what they want. Do an in-studio interview with Will Campbell. Okay, I'd love to do that. I'd do that in a millisecond. That's up to LSU clearing it and Will being okay to do it. Cortland. Let's see. Brennan Samaha, good morning. Kelly, Steven, Brian, good morning from Tifton, Georgia. Do you think baseball will get the win? I need to see first, Brian, We'll get in. Sorry. Well, they need to be Georgia. I'm going to say that flatly. I don't think they're in. I think they need to be Georgia. I haven't looked at every resume out there, but just like for example, um, if we're looking at Alabama's RPI is 18, that's better than yours, and they have a series win over you. South Carolina's RPI is 19, that's better than yours. You didn't play them. Um, Florida's RPI is 24. That's better than yours. And they have a series win over you. Vandy's RPI is 27. That's better than yours. And they have a series win over you. Your RPI is 30, which is really good. But all the teams, the 13 win SEC teams on the bubble that I just mentioned, all have a better RPI than you. I mean, just looking at that metric alone, they have head-to-head series win over you, and they have better RPI. All those teams are in over LSU right now. So you have got to go do more work. Like, you've got to go beat Georgia. So, Jay Johnson was asked after the game if Gage Jump would be ready to go on Tuesday. He didn't rule it out. He said he was working hard in the weight room, trying to get ready to go. But he didn't rule it out. It's hard for me to imagine that, man. Clearly, if Jay's not ruling it out, that means it's in his head that he's going to do it. But Thursday to Tuesday, that's 4 days. I mean, look at the big leagues. In the big leagues, you're pitching every fifth day. But these guys aren't big leaguers, and they're not trained for that yet. And so it's hard to think. And look, Jumbo, and maybe that's part of the reason they only threw him 85 pitches on Thursday night, was to say, let's not stretch him even further in case we have to bring him back early. I'd love to know what Georgia's going to do. And obviously Georgia's offense with Charlie Condon is really good. So, I mean, I am just really a little, I don't know yet. It's until I know what Georgia's going to do, it's so hard to say definitively. I mean, what we talked about yesterday, we talked about yesterday was, is it Cade Anderson? Is it Thatcher Hurd on Tuesday? And then if you get to Wednesday, then you can bring back Gage Jump on 1 day shorter rest, and you could go Jump Holman. You could start with your rotation that way. But I mean, maybe Nate Ackenhausen presumably would be ready to do like a Sunday roll or a game 3 roll as an opener. Ackenhausen could be your opener, get you maybe 6 outs, maybe get you to the lineup once, and then kind of handle it like you did Sunday's game 3. And then if you beat Georgia, then you're on to your Jump Holman rotation. Georgia as a team, I mean, Charlie Condon's hitting 450, y'all. I don't know if y'all paid attention to what he's done, but he's at 35 homers. He's Georgia's all-time home run leader. As a team, they're hitting 307. Charlie Condon's having a crazy season. I mean, 35 homers. Y'all, Brandon Larson has the SEC record with 40 in a year with the rocket launcher bat. Charlie Condon's at 35 right now. That's just insane. Whoops. All right. Randall, Matt, would you say Tommy White's one of the best hitters in LSU history? Yeah. The only bummer is we only got to see him for 2 years. If all 3 of his seasons had all been accumulated at LSU, like all of his stats, you would see him. I mean, the guys who played 4 years, like Eddie Furness, Jason Williams, Antoine Duplantis, like those guys who played and started for 4 years and compiled amazing numbers over 4 years, those guys will always outpace him because they played a 4th year. But in the context of the 3-year guys, yeah, man. I mean, Tommy White's got almost 80 career homers, if I'm not mistaken. He might be over 80 career homers now. He had 23 this year. He had 27 as a freshman, right? That's 50, and then 20. How many last year? 20. Yeah, so he's mid 70s homers for his career. I mean, it's incredible. It's an incredible number. Yeah, I mean, the the ability to hit with power to all fields, hit with average, a great two strike hitter. Yeah, he's certainly one of the best we've ever seen come through here. And this year, y'all, like when this offense couldn't produce, it was always like they were just sitting back waiting for Tommy White to do something. And so often he carried the load for this team. He's awesome. Um, Mac, good morning. Tommy Tanks is a Baton Rouge legend. He is. Deborah Coward, good morning. Larry, good morning. Dave, what's up? Smash the like button. Yes, please. If you're on YouTube, smash that like button, subscribe up to the channel. Facebook, like the Matt Moscona page, share the post. Yep, Tommy White. Austin, good morning. It's Emily's birthday. We're celebrating with a family day on the Strip. Very cool. The Mirage is closing this summer, so we're in there one last time. Very cool. Please send our best happy birthday wishes to Emily. Hope you and the family have an awesome day. Y'all know we talk about Austin. Austin and I have known each other since we were kids. We did taekwondo together like when we were 7 years old. But lives out in Vegas now with his family and supposedly maybe possibly moving back this way soon. David Hawes, Gumoggan. Deborah Donovan, morning, Uncle Scone. I need to sit on your lap and for you to tell me we're in a regional win or lose draw in the SEC tournament. Can't do that, Donovan, because I don't like Uncle Scone is not ready to tell you that. Uncle Scone's here to give you some tough love and to tell you that LSU's not in right now. They did what they needed to do because if they hadn't won that game yesterday, they would be out completely. Had they lost yesterday and been at 12 wins, their only path to a regional would have been winning the SEC tournament. That's why we talk so much about like 13 being that baseline. You got to get to 13. Well, look at where it is now. I just ran through it. There's 4 teams with 13 wins ahead of you. 3 of the 4, all 4 have a better RPI than you, and 3 of the 4 have a better RPI and a series win against you. Like you are not in right now. You are not in the field. So you have got to go beat Georgia on Tuesday. Cortland, Bill, Tony, good morning from New Mexico. Do you feel like the collective can put some deals together to try to keep any of the draft eligible players? Really good question, Tony. Very good question. So, like, if you run through it, Tommy White, no. He's a junior. He's not going to give up his leverage. He's gone. Same thing with Jump and Holman. They're gone. Juniors, they're gone. The ones that you're going to look at are the draft eligible sophomores and then juniors who may not get paid. For example, like Braswell's interesting. With the shortened draft, Braswell may not get picked, right? Like someone may take him late and offer him a low ball offer. And if he gets it, he should take it. Or he could say, look, why go in round 15? Just hypothetically, right? When I could come back to LSU, maybe make a little bit, make more in NIL that I would with a signing bonus to go play minor league ball, try to win a championship, and then, maybe increase my draft stock next year, even though I'm not going to get paid from the draft. I know we've given you all that example before. Like Kramer was offered more in round 32 than he was in round 4 because he had no leverage. But he went in round 4, that's going to give you more of an opportunity, right? So maybe that's something for Braswell, but like I think Jared Jones, someone's going to look at the power, especially with the season he's had, is going to pay him, and Jones will be gone. Paxton Kling is fascinating to me. I think he needs another year, but if he's going to be a platoon player, if I were him, I'd go play at a lower level and where you're going to, or not even necessarily lower level, just a different place where you're going to play every day. Maybe a little lower level pitching where you can put up some offensive numbers and increase your draft stock. I mean, I hope Paxton Kling stays. He's a great outfielder. But the hit tool obviously hasn't come around for him. You're specifically asking about draft purposes. That's one guy that I would say, if you're looking for a potential transfer candidate, I'm not saying he will. I mean, a lot of people thought Travinsky would have because he was just kind of caught in a log jam. Well, he ended up staying 5 years and had himself a really nice career. But Kling has a pro future because of the tools. He just got to get the hit tool to come along. So anyway, with Kling, I would say that's more of a transfer threat than a draft threat. And I'm not saying he's transferring. I'm saying like there's more of a threat of him transferring than there is of him being like drafted and going as a sophomore. Obviously, Griffin Herring, you're worried about now. He's been so good, but I think Herring is going to, if he comes back, he's going to want the opportunity to be a starter, and I think you'd have to pay him accordingly. The collective would have to pay him to keep him away from the draft. But if someone gives him the right number, he may go. Um, who else am I missing? I feel like there's another one I'm missing. Jones, Kling, Herring. I feel like there's another draft eligible sophomore I'm missing. Um, who am I missing? I'm going around the horn here. Yeah, Pearson's another guy who you could probably get back for a senior year. You see him like just hasn't hit or played consistently enough probably to get the type of money he may want, but is a good college player and could be back. Um, I think there's guys who are already going to leave. We're going to hit the transfer portal. Some of the guys didn't play. That some of those are just obvious to target. But anyway, all right. We'll keep going. Please smash that like button, subscribe up to the channel. Devin, good morning. And Varsity Blues. Isn't Varsity Blues on TV every day? Tom Granning, what's up? Portland, too bad Kentucky and Georgia couldn't help us out. Feel like they still have work to do to feel safe. No doubt. Like I'm telling you, LSU's not in today. Shane O'Mac, just when I thought I was out, they bring me back in. Tuesday. You're playing a one-game season on Tuesday. I'm confident in saying that. Leon, what's up, Scone? Was watching the LSU game on my way to OKC from DFW to see the Savannah Bananas. Way to end the home slate. Do you think we're in the round of 64? Yeah, so open up the show for the God, we're about to hit 300 watching live. Thank y'all so much, man. That's freaking phenomenal. Glad to have y'all here on this Sunday. Please smash the like button, subscribe up to the channel if you're new. We're at 302. I love it. Thank you so much. So again, I'll just reiterate. No, I do not think LSU is in the field right now. Had they lost yesterday, they would be out. You're one of 5 teams in the league with 13 league wins. You're the 11th team. So just by that alone, the SEC is not getting 11 teams into regionals. I think they could push it to 10, but I think to feel confident that you're going to have to beat Georgia on Tuesday. If you beat Georgia, that gets you to a 14th SEC win. Georgia's RPI right now is 6. So that's another quad 1 win, a top 10 RPI win. I think you're going to need that win to get into the field because as of right now, the 4 teams at 13 with an identical record of you, all 4 have a better RPI and 3 of the 4 have a series win over you. So I don't think you should not feel comfortable that LSU is in. I think you have to beat Georgia on Tuesday. So I do think Tuesday is a 1-game season. If you lose Tuesday, I think your season's over. If you win Tuesday, I think you get into regionals. I think it's that binary, or as Terrio would say, digital. Jason Horn, good morning. Devin, how many home runs is Condon up to? Yeah, 35. Unbelievable. I don't know that they're going to make changes, Devin. I mean, I think they found the sweet spot, right? We don't want you don't want the rocket launcher days, but you also don't. But when they corrected the bats in 2011, they went too far the other way and they took offense out of the game. I think they've found in lowering the seams, changing the bats. I think they found the happy medium now. I don't want it to change. I like where college baseball is. Hunter need to be Georgia to feel good, according to Athletic. I mean, I think I didn't read the Athletic, but that's what I've been saying this morning. That for all the reasons I just laid out, I think you have to beat Georgia. Prods up 96. Good morning. What a great way for Tommy to end his career at Alec Box. No doubt, man. 2-homer day was awesome. Wendell Clifford, who starts? Again, Jay Johnson said that he didn't rule out starting Gage Jump, saying he's working hard to get ready, which leads me to believe he understands how important that game is and is probably hoping that he'll have his best guy ready to go. If not, I think, look, Thatcher Hurd pitched great yesterday. He kind of looked like Thatcher Hurd again. And he was so good for you in the postseason last year. So that's part of my thought is to say, do you go to Hurd? You could certainly treat it like a game 3 where you go Ackenhausen and piece it together behind him like you did yesterday. I know Dutton started yesterday, but you could take that approach, or you can go to Cade Anderson. But the times we've seen Cade Anderson in SEC play, even yesterday, Anderson faced one batter, he hit him. It just hasn't. Anderson looked so good in the midweek against midweek level competition. His SEC outings just none of them were good. He's just been unable to get SEC hitters out, and that's okay. It's like he's a true freshman. It's a stair step. It's fine. Like he's gotten college hitters out this year, just not SEC hitters. So probably not Cade Anderson, but I think you've got options. If Gage Jump is ready to go, awesome. Boy, just bringing it back on 2 days short rest feels like a stretch, but we'll see what they do. Wendell, Clifford. Oh, sorry, you asked that one already. Rocky, how about the Tigers sweep? Cortland, Florida's 2 games over 500 and considered a lock. Yet LSU's probably first 4 out. Yes, but you got to look at their strength of schedule. That's why all the metrics matter. The thing that would have been great for Florida is like, I'll actually hang on one second. Hang on one second. Florida plays Vandy. I'm trying to think, because if they make it in the double elimination and they lose, so they would have 2 more losses. Would that put them at 500? So if they're 2 games over 500, they'd have to, if they lose to Vandy, they're still over 500. They beat Vandy and then lose twice, they're still game over. So yeah, no. So Florida's good. Bubba, good morning. Damon, good morning. Gwaine, what's up, man? Morning from Matsu, quote of the year. I immediately regret this decision. Musso and his Weed Bros Star Wars Day. It's talking about the post game that Musso did at the wedding. I gotta find out. So Musso went on his date last night, man. So if you missed it not this Friday, but 2 Fridays ago, we very organically brought up the Bachelor again, and I brought up the young lady that I wanted him to pick for the date. And again, nothing against the young lady that he went on the date with at all. It's just, you don't know any of these people. You're just looking at a blind resume, and not a resume, like the sort of questionnaire, likes, dislikes. And anyway, I liked hers. I thought it probably blended really well with Musso. She was a collegiate golfer. There were some things that I thought Musso loves golf. There were some things anyway. So randomly a couple of Fridays ago, I brought that up. I was like, would you go out with her? And so we started joking about The Bachelor season 2, but really I just wondered if they would go out. So he was down. So I had her contact from the contest. And so I shot her an email, and she was super cool about it. I was like, yeah, I'll go out. And so they went on a date last night. So I'm curious how it went, man. Got to get the deets tomorrow. Hopefully it went well. We'll see. James, good morning. Jim Greeley. What up, Jim Greeley? Let's see. Congratulations, Southeastern Softball playing the championship for the Tuscaloosa Regional. Awesome. Congrats to the LSU, the Tiger softball team as well. Man, it would be great to see them going on. I know I say this all the time, but I'm a big fan of Beth Torina's, and just sorry. Sorry, y'all. Big fan of Beth Torina's, and would love to see her get back to Oklahoma City and go win it, man. This team started off with an incredible 21, 22 in a row, whatever it was that they won in a row consecutively before they lost, got all the way up to number 2 in the country. They have the pitching, they have the hitting, they can get it done. I would love to see them get this done. So they beat Southern Illinois 4-1, so they're into the championship. Just need 1 win to advance. So excited for it, man. We'll see if they can make it happen. All right, let's see. Chuck Bro, good morning. Yep. So Matt asking about pitching. We talked about that already. Trey Beatty, what's going on? Thomas, beating Ole Miss never gets old. Team is hot right now. Tournament berth secured. I don't think that's true, Thomas. For all the reasons I just said, man, I don't think they're in yet. Because there's 4 teams with the same record in SEC as you that have a better resume. So, and you're 11th in the conference. So, based on that alone, getting 10 SEC teams in, is a stretch. Like, they're not going to put all 12 SEC teams in the field that made the conference tournament. I mean, if you get 11, my goodness, that would feel like a stretch. But I think you got to go win. You got to go win on Tuesday. Dave, 2 takeaways from yesterday. Heard may have gained some confidence. Looks like Travinsky is back to normal. Co-sign on both. It was nice to see Travinsky have a good weekend. He had slumped, and listen, every hitter ever goes through a slump at some point, and Travinsky picked a bad time down the stretch for his. But hey, I did not start his backpack yet, but it's ready. Everything's ready in there. So you want to give him his meds and start. Hey, Drew, you'll come say hi, Dad show? Aw. Crusty eyes. Let's see that. We'll go say hi, Dad. Let's see that. Real quick. Oh, great. Oh, it's my boy. It's my boy. It's my boy. It's my boy. My little boy slept so late. 10:45. My goodness. Sleepyhead. What does your butt say? Take a hike. You want to say hi to that show? Huh? You want to say hi? You want to say good morning? Say good morning. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, that's my boy.
No, that's no.
Okay. You did your civic duty. We'll see you later. It's true. Hey, babe. We can do some Ask E-Rock later? Oh, yeah. All right, shout out to Brock, y'all. As always, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. We appreciate them. Info for Brock, for Parrish, Crystal Poche at Restored Motions, all down here. Of course, Parrish, construction and roofing. Happy to report, had a great brainstorm jam session yesterday with Mr. Toby Tomplay on the Parrish jingle. I think he's got the hook. I think we've got the lyrics. Now it's just about adding all the sort of accoutrement to it. There might be a fiddle. There might be, I don't know, maybe some spoons, a little washboard. Don't know. I don't know if we'll have time. But I think we're ready for it. So Parrish and, of course, Brock. Let's see. Probably should jump down to the bottom because I'm 20 minutes behind on comments. Vaughn, good morning. Randall, incredible to watch Skeens dominate a professional lineup on the road. Do you think he can keep the arm healthy? Yes, I do. I think his game day and prep routine is unmatched. And I also think the efficiency with which he throws, Randall, is the thing that makes him stand out. Look, at some point, you kind of feel like everybody's going to blow out. But look, Aaron Nola's never blown out, knock on wood. But I think, we look at Skeens throwing 100 and we think about it, but it's an effortless motion. That's the thing that's crazy. There are guys that throw 100, but usually the guys that throw 100 are back end of the bullpen guys because they only have so many 100-mile-an-hour bullets in the chamber. Skeens does it repeatedly over 100 pitches. That's the difference. 100 for Skeens is as effortless as somebody else throwing 93. Jamie, good morning. Doug, Jones was slumpy this weekend, but ended with a hit. Austin, even Dylan Cruz had a slump down the stretch last year. He did. Remember, he was hitting 500 for most of the season, and he only ended up around, 24-30. Ivan Salazar, how good of a team is Georgia? Great offensive team. They hit over 300 as a team collectively. Charlie Condon is going to be right there for SEC Player of the Year. They haven't pitched it exceptionally well, which is odd because remember, Wes Johnson, LSU's pitching coach, left to go become the Georgia head coach. Their staff ERA, and again, I do not know who Georgia is going to throw on Tuesday. Staff ERA 5.58. So Leighton Finley is one of their starters. I'm trying to see. Yeah, LSU didn't play him this year. So aside from Finley, let's see who's started the most for them. Yeah, man. Clearly, they need to get arms there. Charlie Goldstein started 7 times. Jarvis Evans started 7 times. Christian Maracna started 10 times. Zach Harris started 5 times. So you can kind of see, and then a whole bunch of guys that started once or twice. So you can see, like, it's after Finley, they've really not had much. So you would hope LSU offensively can get going, but the real challenge is going to be to limit the Georgia offense because they're really good. Jason Horn, we'll start the show, Drew. Louisiana focus. LSU is in. 11 teams are getting in the tournament. You say so. Jason Horn, here's what I'll say. Maybe. But don't give them a reason to leave you out. And right now, they have a reason to leave you out. Because you're 11th, and the 4 teams with the same record as you have a better RPI, and 3 of the 4 have a series win over you. Don't give them a reason. Right now, you've given them a reason to leave you out. Let's see. He threw 80 pitches because there was a rain delay. Joshua, no, in fairness, yes. But if you go back to the 6th inning, that Jump pitched on Thursday, Little was in the bullpen getting hot. If Jump came back out for the 7th, he wasn't going to be in there for maybe more than one hitter. He probably, because you wouldn't, like, if Little was just soft tossing, like getting loose, that's one thing. Little was getting hot. The catcher was down, and Little was getting hot. So he was coming into the game in the 7th. It was just a matter of, like, was Jump going to face a hitter, or were they going to bring Little in to start the 7th? So either way, Jump was near the end of his day. And let's see. I'm trying to look up Jump's season high pitch total. Why doesn't it? God, I hate this website. This is such a bad website. It shows me his total pitches on the season, which is 1,113 pitches, but it doesn't show me. It shows me his game by game statistics, but it doesn't show me his pitch count by game. Anyway, whatever. The 80 that Jumped through is probably near around his season. Let's see. What did he do against Missouri? I mean, Missouri was the 7-inning complete game he threw. Let's see. Jump in that game through. I'm sorry, I don't know that many of y'all actually care deeply about this, but I'm just trying to illustrate the point that, like, Jump through against Missouri, 7 innings. He threw 98 pitches. So I think that's probably the most he's thrown in the year. I don't think he's gone over 100 pitches. Cortland, just like baseball, softball needs to get the offense going. Chili, Matt, call your shot on William Schmidt. Will he make it to campus? I hope so. William Schmidt is the Catholic High ace. But I told this here, Chili, maybe a week ago or so. I had a conversation with a buddy who's a big league scout for a team that's drafting in the 20s, and he said if he falls to us, they're going to pay him the number. So flatly. So no, I don't think William Schmidt ends up on campus. I would love it if he did. Absolutely love it if he did. But he is a day one weekend starter for you next year. If William Schmidt ends up on campus, he's got a mid-upper 90s fastball, and his curveball, the spin rate on his curveball would be top 10 in Major League Baseball today. Like, that's if William Schmidt ends up on campus, he is a big he is a weekend starter next year. Chase Shores will be back, likely one of your starters. Schmidt would be one of your starters, and then you'd have some combination of Kate Anderson, Griffin Herring if he's back, Cam Johnson vying for a spot, but I don't think so, Chili. Mark, what's going on? Good morning. Trade Brandon Ingram. Yes, sure. Randy Jones, the Bachelor's the GOAT. Can't wait for Musso at the box tonight. The Musso stuff. Doug, let's see. Luis, what's up? Brian asked, "Do we know about Ty Floyd and the minors?" I don't, man. We do with Tigers and the pros. We do. Musso normally gives us the updates on all the guys who are performing well. Let's just look it up real quick. Let's see. Ty Floyd, minor league stats. He's on the 60-day injured list. That explains it. No stats. So he's yet to compete in a minor league game yet. So I guess they shut him down after the draft last year, and he's on the 60-day injured list right now. So no minor league stats yet. That explains it. Please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe up to the channel. Facebook, like the Matt Moscona page. Share the post. Gage Jump draft eligible. Yes, remember Gage Jump is a junior. Now he's a redshirt sophomore, but he had the season he missed because of Tommy John. So he's 3 years out of high school, so he is draft eligible. Gage Jump could come back and still maintain leverage because of the redshirt year. It's hard to imagine that with the way that he's pitched this year. Yes, he could come back. You'd have to get the collective to pay him a boatload to pass on whatever he might get. But you have those conversations. But yes, Jump is draft eligible because he's 3 years out of high school. Let's see. Bayou Bengal 84. Good morning. Got to be Georgia to make the postseason for sure. I'm with you on that. Joseph Fallsgraf, morning Scone Stradamus. Do you think we win Tuesday? Do you think we can make a little run in the tournament? Joseph, I want to see who they're going to start on Tuesday. Again, Georgia's a really good offensive team, but then again, if you start Gage Jump on Tuesday, it's really hard to imagine making any type of run if you burn Jump on Tuesday. If you make it into the double elimination portion, you could come back with a whole staff approach and then Holman keep him on regular rest, or you could go Holman and then figure it out from there. I just think when you only have 2 starters, and now you shorten your bullpen, I don't know that how you make a run in a tournament like this where you got to go Tuesday to Sunday. So. Oh, Guidry, thank you. That was the other one. I knew there was another draft eligible sophomore I was thinking about. It's Guidry. And so I don't think Guidry is going pro. I think Guidry's another one kind of like Paxton Kling, where you wonder, does he transfer, right? What does Guidry want to do? Does Guidry want to try to play infield and hit? Does he want to try to be a starting pitcher? Does he want to stay in the bullpen? Like, what does he want to do? If he wants to have the opportunity to go play infield somewhere, then it's probably not going to be here. Milam has solidified himself. We'll see what happens with Braswell if he gets drafted and goes, or if he comes back for another year. You better believe they're going to hit the portal for starting pitching and for a middle infielder if they could find one. So, if Guidry wants the opportunity to be a starter on the infield and hit, he'll probably leave. If he's content in the role he's been in, he might take NIL money and stay. Yeah, Hurd's a junior, by the way. I don't know if Randy was talking about Hurd as a he's not a draft eligible sophomore, but Hurd is a junior. He's draft eligible. So he'll sign as well. Thatcher will sign as well. Let's see. Ryan, who has a COVID year to come back. I think Travinsky and Milazzo might have been the last ones. Excuse me. Let's see. No. Well, Little could come back for another year. He could have a COVID year. Right. He pitched 2 years at Vandy. 1, 2, and here in 3 and 4. No, so he wasn't there the COVID year. No, so Little's done. Actually, no, he's done. No, there'd be nobody has a COVID year. Because just so Travinsky and Milazzo are in their 5th year, that goes back to COVID. So 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's it. So yeah, no. So as far as I remember, Mac Bingham, I don't know what Mac Bingham's thing was at Arizona. Bingham, yeah, this was Bingham's 5th year. So no, yeah, no, I think so. They're done. I think they're done with the guys with the COVID year. Let's see, Randy. Good morning. All right, smash the like button if you would. Subscribe up to the channel as always. Shout out to Brock and North Peters. Remember, after hours clinic is open. Of course, Parish Construction and Roofing. Parishbuilt.com. Parishbuilt.com. Y'all give us a shout. All that awful weather in the area this past week. If you had damage, think you might have damage to your roof, we'd love to give you a free, no obligation roofing inspection. Parish Construction and Roofing. I've told you for years, do business with someone you know. It's our same group here with Terrio and me and Richard Tilley and Joe Morales, our whole gang. We've added great new team members as well as we've expanded. Trent's part of our team now. You've heard me mention, and we're thrilled. We just all this is our same crews. Christina in the office who answers the phone, like our same people. We just started a new company. We didn't renew our previous contract, and now we just started a new company. So all the same people, same experience, same material, same everything, just green roof now. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parishbuilt.com. Parishbuilt.com. Appreciate y'all. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to get back to where we were. Okay. Here we are. A Xander, how many games would LSU have to win in the SEC to host a regional? They would not host a regional. There were 8 regional host sites. I believe is the record is when the SEC had 8 regional host sites. LSU will not be one of the 8 regional host sites. If they got to that number, LSU wouldn't be top 8. So there's no chance that LSU is hosting a regional. I think you have to go beat Georgia just to guarantee yourself of being in the field of 64. So no, there is no chance of hosting a regional. The only thing that could happen potentially is if a regional host site, a regional host loses their regional, and then so the super is going to be potentially at a place that didn't host. That happened to LSU with Florida State in 2019. Florida State won the Athens regional and then came to Baton Rouge for the super when LSU was not a national seed. But LSU did host a regional that year. So, but again, was not a national seed. So it would be you'd have to have 2 non-hosts win regionals and LSU get the super. Like that's the only way you play ball at home again this year. Adrian Bailey, good morning. Time to go to Dad's job in the mall. So Daddy's work is on Saturday. We did that yesterday. Sunday is our mall trip, ride the elevator, all that stuff. Ben, do the SC tournament wins help LSU's odds of getting the regionals? Yes. You mentioned at 11 wins, they'd have to win the SC tournament. What about 13? Right. So we've talked about that. Remember, there's never been a team at 12 and 18 to get into the field, which was why it was so important for LSU to sweep this weekend, which they did. So they got the 13, but it's not a lock. Every team that's gotten the 13 and 17 hasn't gotten in. It's just to say, if you're not at 13, you're not getting in. The only exceptions have been, there have been 3 12-win teams that got in, but they were 12 and 17. They played one fewer game, weather or whatever the case might have been. So 13 is sort of that line of demarcation where you've got to get the 13 to give yourself a chance. And in certain years, that would be enough. Like there are teams, like I would think, as we look at the field, the bracket. Vandy, South Carolina, Florida, Alabama, all at 13. Like all of those teams are probably already in. LSU, probably LSU and Bama are the two that are most teetering. But again, like you go look at RPI. It's not to say that RPI is the only thing that matters, but it is one key indicator. Like look at the teams we're talking about. Bama's RPI is 18. South Carolina's RPI is 19. Florida is at 24. Vandy's at 27. All those teams have a better RPI than LSU, down at 30. So, yeah, you probably got work to do. Thomas Spencer, good morning. Awesome for Tommy White. Dave, so the jingle's going to be country. How will you survive? Not country. And by the way, Dave, I say this all the time about a jingle. I don't care if the jingle is like fart noises. The benefit of a jingle is an earworm. You just want something that's hooky, that a good hook that gets stuck in people's head, that people remember. So, I mean, like the jingle we did before was awesome. Now, Richard Tilley, my partner, hated it. He hated the jingle, but it didn't matter because everybody remembered the jingle, which is what I explained. But we wanted to go a different route with this one, and so kind of gave Toby some parameters, and he's doing the thing he always does. So it's awesome. Ivan, we need you to intentionally walk Charlie every time he comes to the plate. Let's see, Matt. Matt's been saying for weeks LSU has to get to 13, and they're in. Now they got to 13. They have to win more games to get it. I never said they're in at 13. I said 13, like you have to pay attention. 13 is the line where if you don't get to 13, you're not in. Like you have to get to 13 to get in. Like that's an objective statement. Like no team at 12 and 18 has gotten into the field. So there are other things that always matter. It's not to say that if you get to 13, you are automatically in, because there have been teams that got to 13 that haven't. But we're not even having this conversation if they didn't get to 13. That's the point. You needed some help this weekend, quite honestly. Like if Auburn had beaten Bama yesterday, you're probably in already. If Vandy had lost again, like if two of those teams had lost and you bumped up from 11th to like 9th in the league at 13-17, you'd be in. But because of how it fell this weekend, you didn't get any help. You probably still have work to do. What's hard to understand about that? Barry, what's your thoughts on Christian Little? Glad you said Skeens throws effortlessly. Some scouts are saying he will make 400 innings before arm surgery. Thoughts on Christian Little? I think Little's been awesome. Had a conversation yesterday about Christian Little, and the feeling on Little is about a month ago. He just stopped pressing so much. Realized, look, it's your last year. You have no leverage. You're not going to get any money. Like you just need to rip it, and he has, and it's worked really well. He's just throwing and letting his talent take over, which is awesome to see. Randall, who's getting SC Coach of the Year? And do you think who will go further, A&M or Kentucky? It's hard to argue against Kentucky because they just keep winning. Mingione's got to be Coach of the Year. I mean, they won the league and they've been awesome this year. So, yeah, I think Mingione wins Coach of the Year. And as far as who goes further, so much that just depends on draw, right? I mean, Tennessee's the team we bring up from a couple of years ago when they were the best college team ever, right? And they didn't even win their own super regional. So, thank you, Cortland. He and everyone else been saying 13 is the minimum. Thank you, Cortland. It's funny, like some people hear what they want to hear. That guy, he doesn't like me or whatever, so he's here to troll, whatever. I mean, the great thing about the internet is everything is recorded. Dave, yesterday Georgia threw back at the bullpen guys, West saving arms. I don't think West was saving arms, Dave. And that was like a 19-11 game. So it's a situation where you go up 10, down 10, you just throw whoever. But like they don't have a deep staff of starting pitchers. That's kind of their problem. G. McGeezy. Okay. Matt, they kept saying that was probably the last game at the box. What would have to happen for them to host? There's no way they host. Just kind of went through that. Like the only thing that is even a remote possibility is you could potentially be at home for a super regional, but that seems like such a far cry. I mean, you'd have to have whoever you're paired up with, the two regionals, the regional hosts would have to lose to a 2-3-4 seed, and then LSU would have to be a higher seeded team than the other team that won the other regional to host a super. It's just the probability is just almost nil. Jordan, we have to win one game to get in, or we already in because a lot of people are saying we're in with the sweep. Again, like if they got more help this weekend, they could have been in with 13. Because you are 11th in the conference, I don't think 11 SEC teams are getting in. I think you've got to go beat Georgia. That would put you at 14 SEC wins. Georgia's RPI is 6. If you get that win, I think that's enough to get you in the field. So we'll see. Mac, maybe West will do LSU a solid since they're already in. I don't think so, man. I think Georgia at 17 conference wins, a top 10 RPI. They're definitely trying to solidify a host spot. And if they go deep enough in this tournament, like if Georgia wins the tournament, there's a chance they could backdoor into a national seed. Now that, again, I'm not saying that's likely at all, but at 17 and 13, the number 6 RPI, if you want to win the SEC tournament, you could be in that conversation. Again, I don't think it's likely, but I'm saying if you're Georgia, that's what you're playing for this weekend or this week. Chris, are you going to play the new CFP 25? I feel like kid again. No, I didn't play the first one, man. I haven't played video games since like Mario on Super Nintendo. Okay. Rick, Matt, I would for all the jerks who flooded the LSU Facebook pages with the season is over when they lost that last game to Bama. I might. We'll see. Would rather wait till I get in the field first. Juan, how many bid stealers are out there? You never know, Juan. I mean, it's one of those things where, to Juan's point, this week you are pulling for in the lesser leagues. Like most of the non-Power 5 leagues are one bid leagues, but you are pulling for all of the regular season champions to win their tournaments. That's probably a better question for someone like Kendall, who would have a better sense of, okay, what teams might be in line for an at-large bid, but it's so rare, man. It's rare to see teams. Yeah. Just prime it. Chad, is Chase Shores back in the SC tournament? Chad, I do know this. I do know that he's been like lightly throwing. And I was told a couple weeks ago that if they wanted or needed to use him now, like he would be ready to go. Like he'd be ready to pitch. But I don't think Jay wants to chance it at all. So I doubt it, man. At this point, with so much on the line, for a guy to pitch who hasn't pitched in more than a year, I'd really doubt it. I think he could, like from just a health, arm strength standpoint, I think he could. He could get out there and pitch for you. I just don't think that's going to happen. Rick, who's the next third baseman? Guidry? I doubt that. I think it'll be interesting to see what they do on the infield. Is Braswell back? I'm certain they'll hit the portal. Does Milam stay at second? Does Milam move over to short? Is Kucherak one of those infield spots next year? They're going to get an infielder out of the portal. And I'll tell you the guy who they signed, I'll tell you his name. Hang on. Yes. Just organic, non-salt, just all natural. Cashews, pistachios. I have almonds, but cashews, pistachios. They're almonds, Erica. Trevor Schmidt. So Trevor Schmidt is a guy who committed to sign with Arizona before Jay Johnson came here. He played 1 year at Arizona, but his 1 year at Arizona was Jay's first year here. Left Arizona, went to Fullerton Junior College, Community College, and is now signed with LSU. He is likely LSU's first base. He is next year's Jared Jones. He's going to be the big dude that stands on first, catches the ball, and hits homers. Trevor Schmidt. I don't see his numbers this year. He's a lefty, left-handed bat. I wish they had his numbers on here. Here you go. 343 and 13 homers this year for Fullerton College Hornets or Yellow Jackets or something like that. Oh, do y'all want to do Ask E-Rock? If you want to do Ask E-Rock, fire away. Erica's here. She's like, are we doing Ask E-Rock or am I going to take a bath? So if you have Ask E-Rock questions, fire away. Get them in now. Erica, just give me like 60 seconds. Let's see if we get some questions in there. Y'all say yay or nay for Ask E-Rock. In the meantime, but I'm scrolling all the way through questions here, Erica. By the way, Randall says, does Bianco get fired? Randall, here's a scenario I would like to pose. I don't think Bianco's getting fired because they would owe him a lot of money. I think his buyout's like $7-8 million. It's a lot to pay a baseball coach to go away. I think Mike Bianco retires after this year, stays on as some emeritus status at Ole Miss, but don't be surprised if whoops, sorry, that one went away. Don't be surprised if Mike Bianco retires after this year. Throw that out there. Let's see. Aaron Hornsby, what's going on? Yeah, Roy said, what happened with the other roofing company? Nothing happened. We were just looking at long-term plans and strategies. There was a difference of opinion of how to grow and continue forward. And so we made a difficult decision to say, hey, let's just part and we'll go do our own thing. So great people. We had a great partnership with them for 3.5 years, but we ultimately came to the decision that we needed a different structure, which I'm not going to bore you with all that, but just the way that it was structured in order for us to grow where we wanted to grow. It was better if we just said, hey, we're going to just start our own thing. So very candidly, y'all, it's a challenge because we'd for 3.5 years built up a lot of brand equity, name recognition, book of business with that name. And now like we're starting from zero. So that's why I'm being very, very candid and transparent with everybody, how much I would appreciate so much if you would go to our socials on Instagram and on Facebook and follow the parish construction and roofing pages. Share our post. If you know someone or if you need a roof inspection, we're the same people, same inspectors, same crews. We just got a name that has only been out there for a week. So that's why you're going to probably see this sewn to my head for the foreseeable future. Every time you see me, you'll see this on my head. Because I got to get this logo in front of everybody and ramp up. So just being very candid and transparent. Okay, we got some E-Rocks. Let's go. I need to get you an Ask E-Rock song. Here we go. You need a better chair? Do you want to switch with me? Okay, well, bring me that and you can sit in this one. I tell you what, some people, they are needy. Make sure we get this out of the picture. There you go, you rock. The chair's out of the picture. Huh? Then put the coffee cup down. My goodness.
Yes. Should cater to your guests.
My hands are full. She made me go get the chair.
Cater to.
Oh, Erica.
Oh, someone's in.
They saw your arm.
Oh, girl.
Oh my God.
Cater to your guests, man.
You are not in the picture.
I hope I believe you. Okay.
You were not in the picture.
There's my
There
leg.
was your foot. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's do a little Ask E-Rock, everybody. Erica's here.
Good morning.
Erica's my wife.
Can I get a cute picture?
My wife, huh?
Can I get a cute picture?
I
Like a posed photo?
need to figure out how to add pictures to the screen.
You have your graphic for Parish? Don't you have Parish
mean
graphic?
You mean put a picture of you up here in the corner?
Yeah.
But that would take like the Brock or the Parish logo off.
I mean, for the 5 minutes every 3 weeks, I think it's okay. I mean, I do this once in a blue moon.
But then what if?
Ooh, you like this headrest? Ugh.
Then take it off.
No, I'm just saying, you like to sit like this usually? I would hate that.
Yeah.
I would never. I took mine off of this year at work. Just saying, it feels like I'm like on an airplane.
Okay. Rocky Killian, ask E-Rock.
Hi, Rocky. Good morning.
E-Rock, beach vacay or
Yes.
mountain view?
I already know the answer. The answer is always yes. Beach or something else? The answer is yes. Yesterday we had a fake beach at our house. Remember?
No.
My beach boy. We had a fake beach outside yesterday. I felt pretending like we were at the beach. We have a pool. It was sunny and hot, very hot, but the pool was freezing. Matt wouldn't play along and be the beach boy. Needed my chair adjusted. He acted like I asked you to go run 10 miles barefoot on hot coals.
On one of the lounge chairs, like it's sunshine. Will you adjust the chair for me? I'm like, just hit the thing in. She made it. She
So
had
with
to,
the beach
she
boy
had to
can
give
do
the
it.
effort to sit up so I could then adjust the chair.
But
And
at least
I go, what does the beach boy get? You know what I mean?
the beach boy was, what did I say he was going to get?
Nothing.
I would be nice to you.
Oh, you'd be nice.
And then you didn't ask me if I wanted a drink or
I asked
anything.
for something else. I
Well,
didn't get it.
Matt,
What?
this
This
is
is
a
morning.
family show. You're the one being inappropriate.
That's why I'm veiling it. Nobody, like, kids don't know what we're talking about.
Yes, they do.
Shannon O'Mac asks E-Rock, Deadpool or Wolverine?
I didn't go back to the beach thing. So I much prefer the beach because mountains, well, maybe it's because of Drew. I would like to sit in the mountains. I don't like the windy roads getting up the mountain. If I could be just dropped off in the mountain,
Just drop her off.
I just like airport or whatever, like, what do you call it? Import me or like, what do you call it? When you just
Transport, teleport, teleport.
Yeah, teleport, import.
Import.
Teleport me to a mountain or have a pretty view and a hot tub. That'd be great. But I don't like the windy road going up the mountain. Makes me sick. Definitely don't want Drew in the mountains because then you're stuck up there with him. And it's a long car ride. But the beach, the beach. I love the beach. I don't necessarily have to be in the sand or in the water, but just being at the beach location is always so relaxing. And it's usually with my whole family. So I love that. So I pick beach all the time, anytime. Thank you. Next.
Ask E-Rock, Deadpool or Wolverine?
I don't know what those two things are.
I think they're movies.
Oh, I don't watch movies. I fall asleep.
Devin Kelly asked E-Rock, how many cha-chings is it going to take to beat Georgia?
Who are we playing? When are we playing Georgia?
Tuesday, SEC tournament.
Oh, well, a lot of cha-chings because is Georgia good?
They have a really good offense, yeah. Yeah.
What about their defense?
Well, their pitching isn't great.
Well, then we scored a lot yesterday. We'll be fine.
You think so?
If we lose Tuesday, are we done?
Probably.
Okay, well, we gotta win. Well, it's a rubber match, Matt. We gotta win.
That's not a rubber.
But that meant you have to win.
No. A rubber match is when you play a 3-game series
Oh,
and it's tied 1-1. The rubber game is the third game.
why do they call it rubber?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Like a rubber band, maybe? I don't know. Which way does it go? I don't know. I really don't know.
I would say it's a must-win game. How about that? Is that a good expression?
Yeah, that's,
Why do you have a hummingbird on your?
I don't know that shit. Google put there.
That's weird.
Um,
I would say it's a must-win game, and we're gonna win Tuesday against Georgia. What time's the game? During your show?
the term rubber match refers to a series of games that eliminate one team in a lawn bowling series. The term rubber has been used since the 16th century to indicate a set of games or competitions, usually in odd numbers, of which the winner of the majority games wins overall. For example, best sort of free throw. So it was a lawn bowling series.
I have to switch
Made its way
chairs.
to a variety of 18th century card games, now is commonly used throughout sports. So lawn bowling is where
I
it
want to
started.
switch chairs again. This is not mine. The one I have at my work like this, like it is so comfy.
You can
This is
take the
not comfy at all.
the lever out, pull it out, but it'll let you lean back.
Oh, you say let's go tell the Hi Dad show now. You're awake. Hey, Drew, come here.
Oh,
Drew.
we go. Are we switching chairs again?
Wait. Hope the Beach Boy comes back today.
Matt, the Catholic Guy pitcher Will Schmidt signed a professional contract to come to LSU. Someone had said earlier, I think William Schmidt is going to ultimately sign a professional contract. I don't know how. I don't know how he's going to disappear. Oh, Lord.
I bring us to carpool this week. It's getting a little toasty out.
Eric's playing with one of the tiger ear. Oh. Well, you have it flipped the wrong way.
Where would I cripple on my scrubs? So Bill. That don't make no sense.
Top worth a lot. Ask E-Rock. Do you smoke cigars with Matt?
Oh God, no.
If so, what's your favorite? Trying to find one my wife might want to share with me.
Well, that's nice of you to look for your wife. Why don't you look for your wife like a nice little fruity drink or something? Or dessert. Maybe your wife likes cigars. I don't. I'm sorry, not offending your wife or you, but very few girls I think like cigars, huh?
I go to Don Juan. There's women that smoke cigars in there.
Oh, excuse me. No, do not like a cigar. I don't mind if Matt smokes it, but but then I don't want to like him to kiss me because I want that smoky mouth on me. Or his clothes need to go straight into the laundry room. Where'd you put your clothes last night? They're not in the laundry room. Where'd you put them?
In the basket in the bathroom.
Why would you do that?
Because there was a basket of dirty clothes in the bathroom.
It's gonna smell up the whole bathroom.
Nah, we're outside. Way different.
It's always outside.
It's way different than when I'm at Don Juan.
Okay.
Ryan Dixon asked E-Rock favorite Baton Rouge restaurant.
Well,
What?
it's gonna be Rufino's because that's our place. I love Rufino's. Takeout, Louisiana Lanyap. I love a takeout from Louisiana Lanyap.
Her favorite meal is the fish and the papillote from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Like that would be her death row final.
Yeah.
But we don't necessarily love going to Louisiana Lanyap.
We're just
so
really,
a lot of times
yeah.
we'll get Lanyap to go.
We're close with the staff at Rufino's too. So they treat us well and that's a lot of fun. We had an unexpected impromptu night there Friday night with some friends after another event. And it's just like home, it's like going home. It is, isn't it?
Dave, does Terrio teach at Traction? Looking to get some insight before heading back to Florida next month for the incoming guidance for the academy. Yeah, Dave, Terrio does a lot of private lesson stuff. If you reach out to him, he might be able to connect with you. Hit him up on Twitter or he's so bad replying to everything. Like I often joke with him, like, if we rank the world's population like 1 to 7 billion on your ability to return calls, call people back, he'd be like 6,958,322,172. Like he's just awful at that. I love him, but he's just that the callback is a challenge sometimes. Make defense great again. Ask E-Rock.
Hi.
Who is your favorite current LSU football player not named Mason Taylor?
That's not fair. I don't know any of them.
You want to tell them why you love Mason Taylor?
I love Mason Taylor because I didn't realize he played on the football team. And I realized I guess he was very he looked lost and clean.
This was after LSU beat Bama when Mason Taylor scored the game-winning
Yeah.
two-point conversion.
So I was down on the
Erica
field.
was there, and they stormed the field,
And I didn't realize his mom was sitting in front of, like 2 rows in front of me the whole time, which I just thought she was beautiful. I love this woman. Later on, I realized that's his mom. She got him the cutest little camo LSU jacket, which I thought was adorable. And she was so cute. I thought she was dating one of the players, first of all. That's how young and amazingly beautiful this woman is. I thought it was a girlfriend. She was kind of by herself. But she was 2 rows in front of me. However, the men behind me kept talking about her the whole time. So I knew she was someone important because they knew her name and everything. And their wives were not happy that they were talking about her the whole time. But I thought she was pretty. So anyway, we're on the field. We're down there. And I basically am like chest to chest, like with this guy who is a lot taller than me.
chest to chest.
And his jersey was like so white. Like he wasn't even dirty. And I was like, oh, this poor little freshman guy's lost. Like he's just trying to get out of the crowd. I had no idea. And then I saw his number. And then later I put 2 and 2 together that was Mason Taylor. And I just thought it was so cute. I did not get a picture with him. I can't believe because I didn't think he was important to get a picture with. I know.
Well, who's your favorite then? Not him. You don't know anybody?
I don't like I know anybody anymore.
That's mine.
I don't know him. I like Harold Perkins. Perk.
Okay, Perk.
Big Perk.
Big Perk.
Like Big Perk.
Ask B-Rock, favorite bar to go to when you were in college?
We went to, well, it depended on like the vibe we were looking for, but I was never a big Fred's goer, or we did more like, I like Duvix, like we did more of that kind of stuff. Like, Bogies, of course. It was basically Bogies, but if I was looking for like a smaller vibe, like hanging out, chill vibe, we would do Duvix a lot.
Devin said E-Rock's turning into a diva. She's always been a diva.
No, I'm not a diva. Matt. I'm not a diva.
Brett, does Florida's overall record hurt them barely going over 500 compared to LSU? No, because their strength of schedule is better. It's all in what they decide to consider. RPI is better, strength of schedule is better. They have a head-to-head over LSU, head-to-head series win over LSU in Baton Rouge. Florida would be in over LSU. Cortland, Dave, Matt, that look is a meme forever. Let's see. Rick, ask E-Rock, who would you rather meet, Jay Johnson or Brian Kelly?
Brian Kelly.
Oh, why?
Because I feel like I knew his former staff. Well, they're not there anymore.
Oh, that's true. She knew a lot of people on that staff.
So I don't know, and I'm more connected with football. Baseball is just long. I watched the game yesterday. I watched it outside.
It was on outside, and you were outside while the game was on. You did not.
I moved my chair. Did I move my chair or not? I moved my chair. And then when I came back inside, I watched it. Ben
Troxclair asked E-Rock, Knicks or Pacers?
Knicks, because we went to their game in New York.
We did. That's been a while. That was our baby moon. Mm-hmm. We saw Knicks Nets. Barrett Blanchard, E-Rock, go to beach drink.
Well, I want something tropical. Oh, I loved last year whenever you got us those fresh made daiquiris. They were like made from fresh fruit. That is so good. I hope you can do that again this year, pool boy.
Oh, hey.
Huh?
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey. Hey. You doing Taylor Swift right now?
Oh,
He's
hi.
doing Taylor Swift. He's doing
hi.
He's doing Taylor Swift.
He's doing Taylor Swift.
Oh, no. He's doing Hey, Welcome to Sesame Street. He's doing Telly.
Ryan asked E-Rock. So we did that one. Vaughn asked E-Rock 2 weeks prepaid to your favorite beach vacation plus 2 Taylor Swift tickets or LSU football guaranteed 5 straight wins.
Oh, I don't care about LSU football.
Right. You asked Erica that question? You think she gives a flip if LSU wins 5 straight games?
It may put you in a better mood, but no.
2 weeks favorite beach vacation and Taylor Swift tickets?
Can I get 4 Taylor Swift tickets?
She would divorce me for 2 weeks of
No, I wouldn't.
And 2 Taylor Swift tickets.
I wouldn't divorce you. Can I get 4 Swift tickets though? I need 4. I need a 4.
Oh, 5 straight guaranteed wins against Bama. Yeah.
Give me all the Taylor Swift and the beach you can. How about that? Tay writes about Destin in Florida and her new album,
Oh, great. Go South, that's E-Rock.
To Florida.
Ever been to Louisiana Lanyap in Destin? Have you?
No. Well, when you've been there, excuse us.
That was I
Another
think
girlfriend
before
I don't know
moved.
about. I ain't been there. I don't know about that.
I think that was when we were on Matt Robishow's bachelor party. We ate there. I don't think you and I were dating at that point. Were we?
I don't know. You have another life. The rich and
I got another life.
rich and famous.
You want to talk about what are you doing?
Playing with this.
Oh, stop. That's the mic mount. You want to talk about your other life for a minute?
What does that mean?
Your life before you met me?
I'm talking about before. I'm talking about like during.
This is before I met you.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Thomas Spencer, Erock, do you share Matt's appreciation of bourbon and whiskey?
No, I don't.
So bourbon is whiskey, by the way. So whiskey is the big cat. So there's bourbon whiskey, Irish whiskey, Scotch whiskey, rye whiskey, yada, yada, yada.
No, I share his appreciation for the finer things in life. I like nice things. What? Do you
There's only a few things
is
that I'm
whiskey-
super particular about.
is whiskey finer things in life? Yeah.
You can drink cheap whiskey.
But your whiskey's finer, and I like finer things. We like those things. Neither one of us like to go camping.
All right.
I show your appreciation, your love for Taylor.
Matt Plavidal, is Erica going to turn into a pumpkin?
I don't know what that means. Pumpkin.
Ask D-Rock, Starbucks or CC's?
Well, here's the deal. I love CC's. There's not a lot of them. Starbucks are more frequent on my drives. I end up going to Starbucks more because they're around. CC's I would prefer, but it's just there's not a lot of CC's around where I go. Like my direct paths, unfortunately, I'm at Starbucks. Not unfortunately. I mean, I like Starbucks, but I would pick CC's.
Ask D-Rock, better game, musical chairs or making Matt change chairs?
Oh, make a Matt change chairs for sure. I mean, Matt's a good sport sometimes. Except when I want to do like role play, like fairies, like, like there's the laundry fairy or the drink fairy or the chair fairy. If you call thing a fairy,
The nail fairy.
and the hair, all the fairies, I would prefer Matt do the things for me because it's sweet.
Take Ranger.
What?
It's a Trump or Biden. I don't care. Make defense great again. Ask D-Rock, did you know that Brian Kelly is a wine connoisseur? Y'all might get along well.
Oh, wow. I'm not really a connoisseur. I mean, I like very easy. I don't care about I like Chardonnay white wine for sure. That I think it all kind of tastes the same, actually. It's cold. Last night's whatever that was good. Was that Downtown or no? No, Trinchero. That was really good last night.
Bond said 5 straight guaranteed football wins against Bama. It's priceless. The one exception is me dating Shakira.
You like Shakira?
He said,
No, I know that.
Yeah. I mean, Shakira 20 years ago was awesome. I'm sure
she's gorgeous
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
You're not gorgeous once and never gorgeous again.
No, I'm with
You're
you.
always gorgeous.
But like 25-year-old Shakira versus 45-year-old Shakira, still different. No?
I think she's still gorgeous.
Yeah, she's still gorgeous. Would you rather be 23 or 43?
43, because that's where I am currently. My 23-year-old life? No, I don't want that back.
Just physically. Would you rather look like you did when you were 23 or like you do when you're 43?
This is, I think, a trap.
This isn't a trap. This is what every human, would you rather look like you did? Would you rather be 43 and look like you did when you were 23 or be 43 and look like you did at 43?
I guess 23.
Of course, that's the answer. Erica, that's every human. We all age. Of course, I had hair when I was 23. What?
Okay.
Brennan Huff, ask E-Rock, enjoyed a good lunch by yourself lately?
No, I don't like that at all. I don't like when anybody has lunch alone. It makes me so sad.
I did.
When?
Like last Friday.
Why? Why don't you come eat lunch with me? You never
I
come eat
thought
lunch with
I
me.
had a client meeting downtown at Cocha. And so I raced over there, got the table for 4. And as I noticed they were late, I thought to myself, do I have the wrong place, the wrong day, the wrong time? Pulled out the email. It was the next Friday. I had the wrong Friday. So I just sat there and ate lunch by myself. I was there already.
I would have left.
I needed to eat lunch and I was there already. So I ate lunch.
What's Cocha?
It's a restaurant downtown. Really cool place. I liked it a lot. You wouldn't like
What's it have?
it. It's just a lot of like chef-inspired dishes that look and sound weird that you wouldn't like.
I don't need any
And
inspiration.
it was fantastic.
No inspiration for me.
Fantastic. I enjoyed Coach it very much. Great vibe too. Really good whiskey selection.
What'd you eat?
I had the Coach's salad with a piece of salmon on top of it. It was fantastic. And so then I went this past Friday as well because that was when the actual lunch was. And I had hanger steak medium rare with some grilled asparagus. It was really good. I enjoyed it very, very much.
You know what I ate for lunch?
Nothing?
A lean cuisine.
Okay. That's what I eat most every day. Or my whole
Great.
Thursday.
No, you get to have like lunches all the time. It's a different life, different world. It's just interesting. Like I've never like just workplaces. Like I never have gone to lunch. So it's interesting.
You don't have clients.
I know. It's just, as I'm saying, it's just interesting to me. I'm not complaining about it. It's just interesting to think about going to lunch.
Make defense great again. Ask Rock. Who would Matt's celebrity hall pass be?
Alicia Keys, everyone. Rate that. Alicia Keys is who Matt wants to do. It's so
I
weird.
didn't say that.
Yeah. That's what a hall pass means, right?
I think.
Doesn't
I
that
didn't
mean?
want her to be my hall pass.
You know that's what you want.
I just like Alicia. Look,
You're always
Alicia
like, I'm going to leave you for Alicia Keys.
I'm joking.
Wow.
Yeah. And Alicia Keys is knocking on the door. I think she's talented and beautiful and all that stuff. Who would yours be? Santa. I would say yours is Santa Claus.
No, you said that one time. That's so
I say it all the
creepy.
time.
That is so creepy. No, I think it's Travis Kelsey.
You love Christmas.
Kelsey.
Kelsey, really?
I think so.
Because he's rich?
No.
Or because he's dating Taylor?
No, because I
you
think he's
feel like-
hot. I think he's hot, and you don't think he's hot.
You
and
feel
I
like
do.
you'd get to meet Taylor if you were dating.
Maybe.
were dating.
Maybe
That's
it's fine.
what it is.
Maybe I could get like good seats at our concert. Yeah, I'm going with Kelsey. You can have Alicia Keys. I'm taking Kelsey.
Alicia Keys wouldn't. If I got one choice in the world, it would not be Alicia.
Well, then who is it?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I'll think about it if you want me to.
I really
But
don't want
that's
you
the
to.
point. I don't think you do. Kirk Taylor, good morning. Joseph Fallsgraf, imagine being a regional host and LSU being the 4 seed you play first. I don't think LSU is going to be a 4 seed. I think they'll be a 2 or a 3. But yeah, whoever, like, I just have this vision of LSU getting in and going to Terre Haute.
Where is that?
Indiana. But I have heard that Jay's preference would be to go out west because those teams just aren't very good anymore. Like a lot of the traditional West Coast teams that have had good programs, even the Irvine, Fullerton, Long Beach, even the Pac-12 teams, like they've been gutted from their talent because of portal, because of the Southeast, primarily the SEC, playing so well. But it's just a symptom of what the committee does is they're going to still give bids and host sites to West Coast teams. So I think Jay's preference, honestly, would be to go out west. There'd be no environment. LSU might have more fans than some of those programs do. So, I mean, if LSU makes the field, don't be surprised if they go west. And I think Jay would be okay with that.
What?
Brian Dixon asks Rock. One day with Taylor Swift
Okay. Or
lunch with Matt. It's okay. You can go to.
oh, definitely. I mean, I eat lunch with you anytime.
You can go to Taylor Swift. You can pick Tay.
She is so nice. Have you ever heard her just talk to people? She's so nice, so genuine, and she's even though you don't think so, she's absolutely gorgeous.
She's not absolutely.
Yes, she is.
I don't think she's ugly, but she's not absolutely gorgeous. I think she appears to be a good person inside, and she's a pretty girl. Yeah, she's a pretty woman. Yes,
I think she's a smoke show.
she is not a smoke show.
Okay.
All right, to all the men watching right now, there's 248 people watching live. Thank you all for being here. I have a question for all of you. Would you please humor me and answer this question? I just need a yes or a no. Is Taylor Swift a smoke show, as Erica said?
Yes.
Is Taylor Swift a smoke show? Yes or no? So make defense great again. Said wasn't even thinking in the ballpark of elite, but wasn't thinking even in the ballpark of Alicia Keys. Interesting. So here's the thing with Alicia Keys, and it.
What?
Okay. So I think Alicia Keys is very talented. I love her voice. And back in like 2002, when Fallen came out, I thought she was beautiful then. And anyway, so, and I still think she's an insanely talented artist. So, but I joke with Erica now every time Alicia Keys, I'm like, oh, look, Erica's my girl. That's it. But I think Alicia Keys is beautiful. I think she had a great voice, very talented, and all that sort of stuff. But she would, if I had one celebrity hall pass, that would not be the answer.
Who's it going to be?
I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I got to think long and hard on this. Okay. Devin asks E-Rock, why is there so much water in the ocean if it has sponges in it?
That's I don't think those are the same kind of sponges, Devin. It's a weird question.
Ben, no, she's not a smoke show. Clayton Knight, hell no. Sam
Okay,
Griffin,
see, this
no.
is so ridiculous.
Dustin, no. Erica, like, Brittany Della, who say here's a woman's perspective. Tay is a solid 7 at best. Thomas, attractive, not a smoke show. Bo Wegman, thank you for watching, Bo. Says
Hi,
no.
Bo. Bo, get your head right.
Devin said she's a no for me. Brett DeGrow, pretty, but not a smoke show. But with her net worth, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, exactly. See?
Randy, these are great questions. David, Taylor Swift, no.
So weird. It's so fascinating to me. Like, I assume
Ryan
everybody
Dixon,
thinks she's
Sophia
gorgeous.
Vergara, smoke show. Taylor, more like cute kid on a little Debbie package. Murder Giraffe, attractive, yes. Smoke show, no. Gulf South, no. She's a solid 6.885. Murder Giraffe, Shakira is definitely a smoke show, though. Cortland says she's pretty. Anyway, you see?
Okay. I just never realized.
Ask E-Rock, does Alicia Keys really tickle Matt's ivories?
Oh, she does. Which is very fascinating
She's
to me.
mid with $1 billion.
Well,
There you go.
I'd take her.
There you go.
I mean, I just figured all guys
Kirk
like
asked
her.
E-Rock, my birthday's on June 5th.
Oh,
Can I
happy
get some
birthday.
Erica's famous baked goods?
Where do you live?
Lafayette.
I mean, if I say yes, I'm not going to follow through, Kirk. I hate to be honest with you, but probably no. If I was singing, I'll tell you happy birthday. How about that?
I mean, the thing you got to keep in mind, Kirk, is like if you came to Don Juan or Whiskey and Wine, you would get baked.
Yeah, that's when I do it
But she doesn't do baked goods and send them
to people. I'm just not good at follow.
She's not.
No offense, I'm busy.
You're not. You.
Oh my God!
You laid outside all day.
Yesterday was the first day I had nothing to do in freaking forever. Don't say I'm not. Don't say I'm not busy. I'll get angry.
Don't say I'm not busy.
Matt, that will make me very upset. I never have nothing. I never have downtime. I never get to do what I want to do ever.
Calm down.
Whatever. You take things for granted. You don't understand all that. You don't understand all that I do is what happens here.
Ooh.
You don't. You have no clue what I do in a day to make this family run.
Ooh.
That's fine. You can keep thinking that. No, I have no downtime. I don't ever do what I want to do. Yesterday, I had an off day. It was the most amazing day ever. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't put on makeup. I didn't go anywhere. I laid around here and did absolutely nothing as a first day in probably a year that's happened. Anyway, next.
Not a yes or no. I just get all the hoopla about Taylor Swift. What am I missing?
Did you talk to me? Sorry.
Yeah. Said I don't get all the hoopla about Taylor Swift. What am I missing?
Oh, I love her music. I love her concerts. I think her concerts are incredible. I haven't been to any, but I've watched them on enough clips on TikTok and on Amazon, Disney Plus. I think she's great. She's very crowd involving. She loves her fans. She loves performing. I love somebody who loves performing.
Ask E-Rock, what would you bake for Taylor Swift?
Whatever she wants. Something sparkly for sure. She loves sparkles. I love sparkles.
Kirk said, Matt, if I came to Don Juan, my wife would kill me. Toddler life now. LOL. Got to pick your spots, Kirk. I mean, take a day. Give her a day. Say, look, I'm going to go do this on Saturday. Go to Don Juan for one game. We'll switch day. I'll take the baby and you go do a day with your girlfriends. Make a compromise. Sylvia Scott, Ask you Rock, best quality thing you saw in Matt.
His heart.
My heart. You saw my heart. Most people think I'm an a-hole.
Nope.
What? Look at Murder Giraffe. He put, like.
I can't see.
Okay.
I can't see. I'm not going to get close enough because I'm going to be on the camera. What is it? Well, tell me what it is.
It's just a face. It's like two eyes and a kissy face. Devin said, dang, Matt, put the pin back in that grenade. Danny Braywick, Taylor, average, not close to a smoke show.
I don't understand that.
But Erica, this is like a consensus.
I know, and that's
Everyone
why I'm like,
is saying
I'm not
like,
saying they're wrong.
You are the outlier. You are the exception.
Saying they're wrong.
You're allowing your feeling for her, whatever, to cloud your opinion when everyone else is just looking very superficially at how she looks and saying, is she a smoke show? And the answer you're seeing a consensus here, the answer is no, she's not a smoke show.
I'm not fighting. I'm not arguing that.
Talented.
I'm just saying if I could choose my looks or her looks, I would choose hers. Like if I could look like her or me, I would look like her. That's all I'm saying.
I'm glad you look like you.
Well, thank you.
I'm glad you look like you, sir.
Thank you.
Ben said Swifties are a cult. I don't know if they're a cult. I just think they're very loyal to Taylor Swift.
Because people love to hate on her. So they feel like people love to hate. So they stand up for her. If people wouldn't hate on her, the Swifties wouldn't be as crazy as they sound. I'm not a Swiftie. People know I know far less about. If I ranking me on a Swiftie, I'm like where Ryan falls on the people who call back. Seriously. I'm a fan, but I'm not like that. There's far, far more intense than me.
Okay, I think we're done. As always, please smash the like button, subscribe up to the channel. Jeremy said, is your wife a smoke show? Absolutely, my wife is a smoke show.
Oh, Matt. Matt, that's not right.
Just because you have a bad self-image doesn't mean I feel the same way. What are you looking at?
The Savannah Bananas dancing.
She's watching while we do this, she's watching the Savannah Bananas dance. Okay. Shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. They're the best. We appreciate them as always. If you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. They're the best. And of course, Parrish Construction Roofing. Anything you'd like to tell people about Parrish?
Parrishbuilt.com.
Parrishbuilt.com.
If you need a roof or anyone you know, need a roof. Had a lot of bad weather lately. Anybody you know or yourself, you need any roof repairs or new roofings, give them a call or visit them online at parrishbuilt.com.
Parrishbuilt.com. Okay. All right, I think we're done.
Look how cute that is. It's a sunflower pool float. How cute is that? You don't think that's cute?
Yes, very cute. Please don't buy that.
Why?
Did we ever decide what we're going to do with vacation?
Yes. We're all paying you today.
Hey, Drew.
What do you mean decide what we're going to do?
Little run
What
by.
do you mean? That doesn't mean, it doesn't even make sense.
Terre Haute, Christmas story. I didn't know that. Okay. Who that dude? Y'all come to Slide Out. I need a roof for more tornado damage. Absolutely. Of course, we'll go anywhere in, say, Louisiana. Even outside of Louisiana, we've done a bunch of commercial jobs. Happy to help. We'll get your free no obligation roofing inspection. We got our New Orleans-based crews. Matter of fact, our ops manager, Joe Morales, lives in River Ridge. So, yes, 100%. I tell you what, if you want, you can text me directly, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400, and I'll personally facilitate for you. Trey Fisher.
Fish, what's up?
Said y'all have a great Sunday.
Hey, Fish. Love you. think he's there Tuesday. What a year! I think his last day is Tuesday for the year. I know our school year ends this week. Fish, shout out to the greatest corporal. Is that correct? Shoot, I forget. Sheriff's deputy, but he's higher than that. Shout out to the greatest corporal on the planet, Traylon Fisher. Whoop whoop. Truly the best guy, one of the best guys I know besides Matt.
Would you call him for 2 years before you realized his name was
Pickering?
Pickering?
I called him the wrong name for about 2 years.
It was here on Morning Scone that we realized that you were calling him the wrong name.
Well, you know what? It's awkward when you start calling somebody something that it's hard for them to speak up. So this was a good plan. I'm so glad he did. By the way,
I was doing an interview, a Zoom interview on Friday with somebody, and they were recording it. And they're like, "Well, boys, get checking on the LSU Tigers. Matt Moscana's our guest." I was like, "Hey, whoa, hey, stop. Scone, long up."
yeah,
I was polite about it, but
it doesn't sound very polite.
Well, but I stopped him. Is what I was saying.
Yeah, that sounded kind of abrupt.
It was probably more like
abrasive.
It's probably more like this, like, hey, yeah, hey, just to let you know, it's last name's Moscone. I know Val's confused everybody. Moscone.
That's a much more polite way to say it than what you just did. So I'm glad you did that and not the way you just did.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I was just making a point that it stopped him.
Yeah. Anyway, what up, Fish?
Who did you say 3? So I'll put it right here. 225-396-4400. It's a text service I have. It's an app on my phone. It's not a phone number that you can call. That's my text number on my community app. So if you text, I'll show you. I'll show this to you all the time. Right there. It's the community app, and people can text me on the community app. So like, ooh, why didn't Musso do a podcast thing today? Even my husband is upset with him. Musso had a date last night.
Oh, with girl number 2. Second, how was the first date?
First date? I don't know how it went. They went to Topgolf.
Oh, little Muse. Oh, I'm so glad. I can't wait to hear about it.
I know. I don't know how it went.
Well, that's what Muse didn't do
Matt,
a show.
What sorts of construction repairs do other roofs? Have Austin Zachary and Aaron need some work before we sell it? Happy to help with that. Can do full on demo build back, remediation if you need it. Of course, roofs, repairs, replacements. But as you'll see with the Parish brand, the idea is to have a lot of different services. I don't know that they've announced this, but they have. I'm not part of it, but Richard and Ryan have acquired part of an electrical company, so they'll be able to do electrical work, wiring, stuff like that in a home as well. So yeah, essentially and effectively to be able to handle any type of that work, repair, something. It's not HVAC. Obviously, I would always recommend Mercedes 1 hour air. It's not windows or doors. That's relief windows, of course. So, but yeah, if you have stuff you need done, Randy Jones, he must be a little behind. Taylor Swift, not so much. Aw. Shane Danos. Lester, yesterday, he and his wife, they're expecting their first. They did a gender reveal. Expecting a boy. Great day yesterday. Congrats.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Congrats to y'all. Hope mom and baby are healthy and y'all have a super, super happy, wonderful pregnancy filled with no nausea or any other things that morning sickness.
Yeah.
That's a morning sickness. None of that stuff.
No, true.
You're doing that at night.
Yeah.
Eric always got like sick at night.
Yeah.
Like when we went to New York, like for our baby moons before we knew Drew was gonna be sick. Like we planned everything during the day and early dinners. We were like back in like 8 o'clock. That's when Eric was like always curled up, not feeling super great.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I think we're done. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Please smash the like button, subscribe up to the channel. As always, Facebook, like the Matt Moscona page, share the post. Shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Peace, go to Brock. Need a roof. Give a shout out to March. Y'all have a great day.
Oh.
Funny years. Peace.